Yo, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. I got two videos for you today, one in Mountain Pass and the other one in Fjords, and I'm making a video showing you how to play these two maps now. We are in Mountain Pass North. I'm in my T29 doing my daily small box missions for the holiday ops, and if you look at the map you're going to realize that you know, this map, Mountain Pass, basically there's only three positions to go. You go down the ice road, you go down the bridge, or you go down south. But I am going down the bridge on this game, and why is that? It's because if you look at the lineup, there are three artilleries in the enemy team. Now, if you watched yesterday's videos, I showed one of our subscribers playing in the artillery and hitting on these poor bastards here on the south side of the map. Now, I don't want to be those guys sitting on the south side of the map being peppered and being artilleried by three artilleries. Imagine one guy doing that, now imagine three of them. So I decide to take the bridge instead, and I'm going to cross the bridge. But before that, I catch this guy out in the open. I'll try to take shots at him, but if I can't, that's okay, just cross over, try to take the hull down position close to the bridge, but make sure you cross the bridge and get to the other side, because that's the only place where it's artillery safe. Now, if you're here for the first time, please consider subscribing and turning on your notifications. Also, give this video a like if you already learned something about this map, and let me thank you in advance for it. Now, I'm the top tier heavy tank. There are a couple of top tier heavy tanks on the enemy teams as well, but now I'm in a great prime position here to flank them. And there you go, that's my first customer, the SU tank destroyer, but I track him or bounce him or something like that, and it doesn't work out for me. I'll give it another shot, try it. I bounced him and bounce him again, so that's not a good start. But I'm gonna basically from here on in, I'm gonna dominate this position. Even though I bounced my first three shots and took a little bit of damage from that SU, I know he's there now. So what's gonna happen is I can't push on to this heavy because the SU is totally camouflaged and he's got some hard cover with that some rocks behind next to him. So it's not working out really well for me. I'm just going to sit here and wait for the game to develop, and let's see what happens. I'm going to be expecting some guys trying to come back and defend this position from the left side. So that's what my hope is, and that's what I'm aiming for. Now, if you see me shooting full APCR in this game, that's because I'm doing the holiday ops missions, and part of the holiday ops missions is to win 5 games in 5 games. To get those 4 boxes, and also you need to bounce something like 2,500 hit points in order to get 3 boxes or something like that. So that's exactly what I want to do. I want to get 2,500 blocking damage as quick as possible and try to win 5 games as quick as possible. And one of the best tanks to do that in is the T29 tier 7, because you can do both bouncing 2005 and winning 5 in a row, hopefully. Well, you don't need to win 5 in a row to get those boxes, but I want to do this as quick as possible. I just want to get those boxes. You know, I don't really have any other tank that I want to play or necessarily want to play, so I'm just sitting here and farming these guys, starting from that French tank and then now the ST Emile. And if this guy wants to push on me, I just the KV-13, if he wants to push on me, I just fall back a little bit, reload, and be ready and waiting for him. Blind shot on that ST Emile, easy peasy. I've already done massive amounts of damage here. All I need to do is just hold my position here. I'm not alone, I've got some friends, which means it's not easy for them to gang up and push into me, because I've got 2-3 tanks here. There's an IS sitting out there. He's gonna take a bit of damage from me because he's caught out in a bad position. He doesn't really have any kind of hard cover there, and he wasn't side scraping correctly, so that means I easily farmed him and got the free damage. Well, I say free damage, of course I'm working for it. I am angling my armor. I am, you know, being careful about not overextending myself and pushing forwards unnecessarily. As long as I'm being sensible here, using the rock, using the terrain, using my gun depression, using my hull armor to angle correctly, there is no reason why I cannot get a substantial amount of damage for myself here, as well as do a little bit of blocking, although I did take a big hit there, but that's okay. The game is almost over now. All I need to do is just continue to farm this guy, finish him off, keep pushing forward, and I think easily over 3000 damage in this game. Now that guy's fired, which means that gives me the green light to go ahead and have the finishing kill, the finishing shot, finish off that guy, continue to push forward, try and get at least 1 or 2 more shots on the remaining survivors. I've got a bit of a shot on him, maybe not. Yes, managed to get him, and that's the end of the game. And just like that, making the right decisions at the beginning part of the game, realizing there are 3 artilleries and picking the right place to go to maximize my damage output and possibility for my team to win. And just like that, I got an ace tanker as a reward, over 3000 damage, easy peasy. Think about what you want to do, line up where you want to go before the game starts. You know, when you're sitting in the lobby waiting for the countdown. Now we are in Fjords on the eastern side of the map. Now, if you don't know this, every good player, every kind of unicum or good player, experienced player will tell you, if you're in any kind of a combat capable tank, you go down into the water, basically go down to the middle of the map, go down into the water hole. That's where you should be. If you have a little bit of gun depression, if you have a quick firing gun, if you have a little bit of armor, that is exactly where you want to be. Now, especially where I am, being a top tier in this game, that's exactly where I'm going, right into the water. I'm not even going to stop. Even when I see some tree fall down here and try to make some blind shot, I still keep driving. I'm not going to sit out there and get caught with my pants down. I could easily get tracked, get flanked by someone in front of me here and someone on my left, and I could easily take a lot of damage, and I could easily die if I just stopped to take that shot just now. So it's better for me to just drive by, do a drive-by shot. If I make that shot, great. If I don't make that shot, that's okay. I've got a lot of shots up here. Here I'm in a great position because I've got fairly good hull armor, right? I can bounce. I've got a fairly good gun. Although it's not like the fastest loading gun, but I've got an incredible armor from my turret, so I can hull down in this position, and it's very difficult for anyone to try and push me over. Now, I want to try and shoot this guy in the back, but I've climbed up the hill and I don't have the gun elevation to shoot him. That was my bad. The reason why I climbed up there was because I was hoping to get a top angle when I was shooting down on him, but I didn't have the kind of elevation that was needed to make that shot, so I had to go back down again. But I've eaten one shot from this guy. It was kind of unnecessary, but I wanted to, you know, in the heat of the moment, I thought it was worth it, but actually it wasn't worth it, to be honest with you. I could have saved that one shot and not taking that hit, and I could have possibly been a little bit more aggressive later on in the game if I had that amount of HP left in my game. Now, here's the problem. I thought those guys were covering my back, covering this alley and not letting the enemy push forward, but looks like they weren't covering my ass. They were focused somewhere else, which means this Black Prince or Churchill or whatever this is managed to sneak up behind me and shoot me. I'm in a terrible position here. He has the DPM to kill me, but fortunately one or two of my artilleries managed to stun him and slow down his reload, and I was also fortunate enough to have a little bit of RNG on my side. I managed to bounce a couple of his shots, which means I survived a little bit longer, and we managed to kill him off, and that was a little bit of luck there. I was a little bit, I took for granted that someone was going to be watching my back when I went up, when I went into the water. There was no one watching this alley when there should have been someone watching this alley, but I managed to escape just by, losing, I lost I lost some HP there, 2 shots or 3 shots from that guy. He doesn't have big alpha, so I was lucky. But now I'm in a dilemma here. Do I continue going up on the right, or do I continue going down this way? I'm trying to manage my damage output. Right now we are leading 6.3. This game is already over, but what I want to do here is try to get as much damage as I can. I was thinking of chasing that T20 up north, turning around, but I thought maybe I'd go back this way because there's a little bit more HP down this way. Now if I continue going on straight here, I could be flanked from that T20 on my right, or I could be shot by artillery, which is also around the A1, A2, usually somewhere there, right? So I decided to go here because the game is already 8-4. There is really no time for me to think about or try to relocate to the northern side, so I might as well just risk it. I still have a little bit of HP. Even if I got peppered by artillery here, it is possible that I could survive. It is possible that they will not hit me directly, so it's a calculated risk. The game is already over. I might as well try to push as hard as I can, get as much damage output as I can before they wrap up, my team wraps up this game. Again, easy shot here for artillery, because where they are at the base around the A line, B line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they have easy shots on me here. I am the easiest target for them to shoot, so I don't blame them at all. But I'm gonna try and finish off this KV2. He's done. Again, artillery is focusing me, and that is fine because this is the best place for them to shoot at. Anyway, everyone else is in kind of like semi-safe or safe positions or unspotted. I'm the only guy available for them to shoot at, and at this position, that's the best place for them to shoot at. I made the correct calculation here because I managed to get 2-3 more extra shots, and just like that, the game is already over. Again, I did a substantial amount of damage, and enough to get me another ace tanker result for this tank. Now, hope you enjoyed this video and hope you learned something about these two maps and which positions to go to. And once again, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to those you guys celebrating. It's already Christmas here in Asia, and we are ushering in a great new year. See you again. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.